Well, in this morning's Education Impact, we are tackling teacher retention. We know it's a huge problem here in Arizona, and we showed you yesterday how one West Valley district used big raises and incentives to become the highest paying in the state and keep teachers on the job for longer, which is what we all want.
It's what we all want, absolutely,
right? Yeah.
yes. But not every district has that kind of money to work with. So this morning, Noah Lonnegraaff looks at two very different Valley school districts betting on something other than salary to help keep their teachers. This is such an important issue.
Right. This is kind of speaking to the heart now of teachers in the classroom, because when you think about it, they often spend more waking hours in the classroom than they do at home during the school year. And that is the argument at the heart of how two very different schools are thinking about retention, not just what they pay teachers, but how they treat them once they're in the room.
Teacher retention's on our mind every day because a school is only as good as the quality human being you put in front of those kiddos in that classroom. That is what defines a school.
Keeping quality teachers around, that's what school leaders want, that's what parents want. But pay is only part of the solution. In the state's first formal teacher retention study, nearly 1 in 4 Arizona teachers said they were burned out.
Teaching is one of those places where once the door closes, and you're in here with 30 or 35 kids, you're alone.
In Central Phoenix, Creighton School District Superintendent Jay Mann is betting that the physical space a teacher works in can help fight part of the mental strain.
Being in a pleasant, functional, comfortable space is going to make it a more desirable workspace for them. But having a space that's also more pleasant, comfortable, and conducive to learning is going to make them more fulfilled as a teacher because it's going to make their job easier.
Mann says that's not just a nice idea, it shows up in who actually stays, and why his district, which has struggled with declining enrollment, is being more mindful with building new learning spaces, not just copying aging blueprints.
If you have that better workspace and it's a space that's really conducive for your work and for your students' learning, it's going to really help not only with teacher retention, but it's going to be an attractor. Not only work there, but their own children attend there.
From room design to reducing overwhelm inside those walls, statewide, charter schools as a whole retain teachers at a lower rate. Arizona's largest classical charter network, Great Hearts, is determined to buck that trend. Elementary classes get 2 teachers, a lead and an apprentice, helping keep student ratios in check.
Which really is a big factor for teachers if they feel like they can really have those individual relationships with kids and not just be overwhelmed by class size.
And co-founder Dan Scoggin says they're prioritizing spending on training teachers once they're hired.
We do better than most school districts and organizations on teacher retention, and largely because we pour a lot of professional development into our teachers. A month over the summer, ongoing PD, we have a career pathways program where we incentivize teachers to stay over time.
Different schools, different budgets, same core idea. Teachers stay where they have the tools to focus on their love for the career that hooked them in the first place. Now, not every district has the luxury of building new or recruiting nationally. So tomorrow, we will end our series inside Arizona's oldest school district, where the superintendent has raised teacher pay and also had to close schools in the same year. But they've also leaned into community support beyond the ballot box. That